topic, especially since for 2024, 8 months of the year have already finished, right? And a lot of you in your businesses, some of you may have already accomplished a lot of your objectives. So, firstly, I would like to kind of begin with and understand, where are you currently placed? At the end, now that we already completed almost two-thirds of the year, September has started. By this time, is your business exactly where it was supposed to be in the month of January when you planned it out or not? Because that is going to give you a roadmap, right? And in terms of what the next few months are going to be like. If you're along the plan already in place, and you're moving along smoothly, you're getting the results that you expected, you're at the right revenue space, right? You can safely kind of leave this video right now because it might not help you, because you already had figured out a plan and you had already generated good results over there. So you kind of, I would suggest you stick to the plan if that's already working for you, and not get caught by the shiny object syndrome of running after every new strategy which comes along. So if that is the case, all the best to you. Keep on continuing with the plan which you already have, and hope to see you succeed along that. But if your plan is not there yet, and you're not generating the results which you expected from your business already in the first 8 months, and you need to figure out a way to clear the backlog, this new approach which I'm going to be sharing you today, that's definitely going to be an extremely important way to kind of help you generate results. And especially for B2B businesses, this could be an absolute gold mine, because B2B businesses can gain tremendous amount of results from this. Because essentially, if you look at it, LinkedIn is the holy grail in terms of B2B marketing. You cannot get anything bigger than LinkedIn. LinkedIn generates, it has a billion users. LinkedIn has over 1 billion users. Most of them are professionals working in jobs, or large companies, small companies, mid-tier companies, all kinds of companies, right? So especially if you're a B2B business, this video is going to be the holy grail for you, because this is going to help you create an established strategy which you need to kind of help you grow your business, and at least help you achieve the targets of the next 4 months. So essentially, I'm going to be sharing my own 9-step approach to help you generate the same business for you. The first, this model has been developed after over decades of work. As in, I have 11 plus years of work experience. I've worked with large companies like Bisleri, Johnson Paytm. I was head of marketing for an international crypto exchange, which was doing 100 cr plus in revenues. um, I've I've worked as a VC, helped startups raise funds. I've also worked as VC, helping them with their GTM strategy. So a lot of time and effort has gone behind refining the strategy, and I would recommend that if you're currently struggling in terms of figuring out the next steps, I would suggest follow this strategy, because this would definitely help you in terms of growing your business. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So essentially, what I've done is I've broken down this into 9 steps. To be honest, 3 steps which are further broken down into 3 steps, because this makes it easier for them to remember, right? Because the problem with most founders and entrepreneurs which I've noticed is they jump directly into the execution rather than kind of thinking about each and every step and what that would look like, stepwise, to kind of grow their business. So I've broken down into systematic tasks, and having these small micro tasks gives a sense of micro achievement for the founder, that they've accomplished something. It also adds a level of structure to grow the business. So the first the first large step, is what I call the foundation. That's essentially the foundation of your business on which everything else lays, right? The Getting the foundation right is absolutely important, because that elaborates the entire strategy of your business, that creates all the marketing collateral which is required, and it gives you a good foundation base before you get into the execution part. Thing is, most a lot of founders directly jump into the execution part, where they're trying to get leads, they're trying to get into sales calls without getting the foundations ready, and because of that they're extremely frustrated. Because of the lack of foundation, they're unable to get the light leads, the messaging is struggling, and they're unable to get results over there. So that's why getting this right is absolutely vital. So that's the foundation part. Then is the strategy part, where in the strategy part what we do is we help in creating the collateral base which is required before we get into the execution. So before you start get generating leads, before you start generating sales calls for your business, you need to have a solid foundation magnet. As in, once they come in, what do you do with them, right? Without having that in place, all the traffic that you're getting is just wasting your money. There is no structure to it. It is completely unorganized. Because of that, Even the leads which are coming in, they're going away immediately and you're losing them forever. And all the money and effort which has gone in acquiring them has gone to waste. So setting that up is extremely vital as well. The final phase is the actual execution phase, where we do the actual lead gen, we do the actual sales calls, actual conversion, and that approach which we look at. So these are the three major steps. Let's get into the first step first. The first step is what we call the foundation step. In the foundation step, within that, the first step is identifying the right ICP. What does that mean? ICP is the ideal customer profile who is going to focus into getting a business. Getting the right ICP is absolutely vital, because what's going to happen is that ICP, getting it as focused, as efficient, as narrow as possible, is going to help you acquire those clients easily, because now you understand everything in your business is focused around that ICP. Your messaging is focused around that ICP. Your sales staff recruitment is focused on that ICP. Your marketing messaging is focused on that ICP. You're solving problems of that ICP. So the more narrow and more efficient you are in planning this, the more easier it is going to become in terms of kind of helping you to solve this problem further. So this is essentially one of the four P's of marketing as well, right? Product, price, place, promotion. This understanding the ICP will help you build your product better, and that is why it's absolutely important. In fact, large marketing companies, they have large marketing teams who focus only on this, identifying that ICP, how to find that, getting their demographic data, getting their psychographic data, understand what they think, understand what their beliefs are. Tens of crores of rupees are spent just to nail down the ICP. So getting this right is absolutely vital. Obviously, as a smaller business, you don't have the same resources as larger companies, but this is something which you need to have to kind of ensure that you are generating, you are focusing on the right person to sell your product or solution to. The next is what I call choose the currency. Now, what I mean by currency, essentially every business, if you actually look at it, it's a form of a solution. It's when you reframe your mind into thinking of, if you think of your product business as just kind of selling some business out there in the end for making money, that's not what a business is. A business is essentially provides a solution. It solves a problem for the customers. That's what a business is essentially. So in order to ensure that your business is generating results, you need to figure out the which problems to solve. Essentially, most people are looking for two kind of problems which they need to figure out, right? Either they need to increase money, or they need to reduce the time spent, or they need to save money, or they need to increase other elements in their life, like entertainment or relationships, etc., that kind of stuff. So you need to identify what are these problems which you're solving for your customer. The bigger these problems are, the bigger the value of your business and bigger you'll be able to charge for your business. So getting that thing right is absolutely vital in terms of ensuring that you're solving big problems and you're solving the right problems for your customers. That's why you need to kind of deep dive into the customer thought process and understand those details, what they are, and then solve it accordingly. It's absolutely vital to get that right in the very first time. The final step in this step is called the $1 million message. What that means is, for every business, you need to have essentially broken down into a small elevator pitch. The problem is, when we try to describe a business, we are focused more on the services that we have, or we are extremely focused on you know just kind of categorizing it into a specific service of what we do, rather than looking at into the entire element that we have, right? Essentially, a $1 million message is like a small elevator pitch, where you're primarily focusing on what's the ICP, what problem you're solving from the first two steps, and what are you protecting them from, what are you saving them from. If you cover these three elements in your $1 million message, that is going to be a right concise elevator pitch, right? And that is what works phenomenally well. That works not just for regular businesses trying to acquire customers. Even when you're raising funds from a VC, getting this three steps nailed down perfectly, that's going to be determining how easy it is to raise funds as well, because VCs are pitched like thousands of companies in a year. It's practically impossible to get their attention. That's why having these strategies locked up and completely in place, it will increase your chance of raising VC money as well. So focusing on this message is going to take you a long way in terms of not only raising funds for your business, but also acquiring customers for your business as well. So these are the foundation of any business which is required to kind of grow it further to the next level. Once you get this foundation right, then you can move on to the next level of the strategy part. This is where the marketing kind of gets into the actual deliverables which are required in terms of how do you, once the leads come in, right, how, what's the funnel, what's the process to engage the customer, right? That's what this step is. So the first step over here in the strategy phase is the ultimate lead magnet. Ideally you would need to have a very strong lead magnet to get your potential ICPs into your funnel. This will happen if your first step, the first foundation step is clear. This should be extremely easy, because this is going to help you. You know, you'll have dozens of problems already elaborated, you'll have dozens of solutions already elaborated, right? Creating different lead magnets on this in form of different multimedia on that, you know, that will be a very strong asset which you can kind of offer to your potential customers as a lead magnet, and in the process get their email addresses, and then kind of get them inside the marketing funnel. That's generally how this would work. So getting your lead magnet sorted based on the ICP and the currency which you created earlier, once you have that set up, you can then, you know, build your lead magnet sustainably that way. The next step is the authority amplifier. How do you kind of build your authority? You typically build your authority by the lead magnets which we created in the first step. You create multiple lead magnets in over there. So what will happen is, in each and every problem that we have, right, there will be a micro solution to each and every of them, and you start posting content relevant to that. Once you start posting content relevant to that, whether it is in the text form, video form, image form, or whatever, like an infographic or whatever, this becomes your the entire content asset which you need to kind of grow your business, because you don't need too many different solutions. Focus on the core element of your business, the authority side of things, and this will work for any business, any B2B business. This will work for phenomenally well. So what would happen is, once you have these all problems identified, you can use this to share this to your audience, help them solve the specific problems, and build your authority in the long run that way. This way you'll generate a lot of leads for your business, and you'll have a predictable system to build authority in the eyes of your business, because essentially, unless you are seen as an authority from your ICP, from your leads, they'll never end up buying from you. So getting that things in place is absolutely vital, so that they start trusting you and, you know, start buying your services. So the next step after this is community. In today's day and age, especially in 2024, it's absolutely vital to create a community-based system, and that is why in my coaching offering we do offer businesses a way to form a community of their ICPs, of their exact audiences. Because what happens is, the having a right community uh, of the same audience, it goes a long way in terms of not only building trust, but even in building interconnecting bridges among themselves. Because as a community everyone is feeling the same problem, they can see the successes, the problems of each and every one of them, and that will give them an opportunity to bond with each other. And for you it becomes a ready captive audience that, you know, all you need to do is, you know, engage them on a regular basis, engage them properly, create a lot of events for them to ensure that they're engaged with your community. And once that is there, it's extremely easy to monetize that community, because that itself is an asset. In fact, there are companies who've had like 100,000 users in their community, and they have sold for hundreds of millions of dollars. So having that captive community within your business becomes a very solid business strategy, especially in 2024, to grow your business in the long run. Now, obviously, getting this right is not easy. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of strategy to get this right. But once done, there's no stopping you, and you could easily make millions of dollars or crores of rupees once you have this part nailed for your business. And that's why we have a dedicated coaching program to help businesses with setting up their community to ensure that they can help grow their business in the long run. Now we come about to the execution part. How do we essentially generate strategies? How do we generate traffic for our offer? How do we generate more customers, more visitors to our profile, right? This is where that will come into the picture. So the first step is primarily focusing on organic outreach. Organic outreach, what does that mean? There are essentially, if you look at 20, 30 years before right now, right, how would business typically happen? Either you would have to call the prospective clients, or you would have to email the prospective clients. There was no social media then. Other option would be networking events. These were like the handful of opportunities which were available, or referrals to kind of generate business, right, up until 20 years from now. Now, especially after social media, a lot of things have changed, but these things are still intact. Now, the problem is people are very heavily dependent on referrals and word of mouth, but that cannot sustain your business. You need to have a diverse ways to acquire leads from different sources to ensure that you're getting constant leads into your business, because in the absence of that, you won't be able to grow your business. So you need to find all the sources which are there which can potentially drive business for you. So that would be organic outreach from email, from calling to LinkedIn, to networking events. It could be anything, but you need to kind of activate all of these organic sources which are not paid to kind of ensure that you're constantly speaking to new people. The good part about this organic channel is the leads that are generated to this source, they are extremely hot. They have a better chance of conversion because they've seen you physically, you had a chance to make an impression. So that's why the chances of these converting are very high. So getting this right is absolutely vital. At the same time, it takes a lot of effort to do this as well, because imagine, doing going to physical meetings, going to, posting organic content like the one I'm posting right now. It's not easy. People might think that, you can just post on YouTube or LinkedIn, become a brand, but it's not easy. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of dedication before you start seeing results of this kind of campaign. And because of that, it requires a lot of patience as well. So getting this right is absolutely vital, but it takes a lot of time and you need a lot of patience. But once you do that, the brand and visibility that you built over the years, right, you will start seeing dividends, because essentially it compounds. The more you do this, the more you results will start seeing in your business, and it keeps on compounding. It keeps on compounding, and essentially, what will happen is, you've seen these social media followers, social media influencers who have like millions of followers, right? Most of them, they don't have real world corporate experience, they don't have actual business experience, and yet they managed to acquire millions of followers, and now they are teaching business to people who have done this for decades. But these people, just because they've built a brand, they're able to teach business, and people are willing to pay them for this, despite the fact that they've never actually worked in a corporate job, they've never done actual business themselves. But just because of the following which they've built over the years, they can now sell to other businesses who've been doing this for decades. So that's the power of doing this. The power of, building a solid network, because that simply compounds with time. And if you don't get kind of, do these organic strategies, whether it's organic social media or physical meetings or networking events or cold prospecting, etc., that compounding benefit will go on for good. So that's why it's extremely vital to get that right. So get the organic and the cold organic prospecting approach right, and this is going to become the foundation of your business. The next approach is the paid ads. Now, why paid ads? Paid ads are extremely important because what will happen is, with organic, based on the organic nature of the structure, while you would get warm leads, the nature of the leads would be better, the conversion rate chances would be higher, but essentially it cannot scale beyond a certain level. That's where paid ads come in the picture. Paid ads can help you generate leads at a very low cost and at a very high volume. So you can generate thousands of leads at maybe 20, 50, or 100 rupees per lead, and you'll have like a huge basket of leads which you can sell to any time that you want and generate results for your business. So it can help you skyrocket very easily, where essentially it would become essentially like a slot machine, where you put 1 lakh rupees in the leads, to acquire leads, and that can generate maybe 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs, or 10 lakhs of business for your business. That's how predictable paid ads can become in terms of growing your business astronomically. So getting the paid ads, uh, while I explain this extremely simply, but honestly, it's not that easy to execute, because it involves getting the right hook, the right targeting, the right ads. A lot of multiple factors are in play, but essentially, it still creates an opportunity where you can reach thousands of businesses very quickly, especially B2B businesses, and get the out collection and get them within your ecosystem and start selling to them. So that's the benefit of doing the cold ads approach. The final approach is the final end of this is the marketing automation system. Now, essentially, what would happen is, once you have like these thousands of leads which you've generated over the years of your business, right? What do you do with them? If you the problem with 90% of those businesses is, there is no active CRM system in play, there is no active automation system in play. Because of that, what happens is, the lead comes in, if it doesn't convert within the first week, the business owner completely forgets about it, and that lead goes to the waste. There is no follow-up system in place, there's no structure system in place, there's nothing going on. Because of that, what happens is, the lead essentially forgets about the company itself, and goes on with their business. But if you have a CRM and automation system in place over there, you can constantly keep reminding them about your business, so that there's a level of familiarity built. So even though they may not buy from you right away, they might buy from you, say, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, a year and a half, 2 years down the line. And when they do, that will more than cover the cost of which what you've done upfront. So this is essentially where the most of the revenue lies of a business. The immediate revenue which you get, which you get closed in the first 1 or 2 weeks. The problem with just relying on that is, every business owner is fighting for that. Because of that, what happens is, since everyone is fighting for that, it becomes an extreme price war at that level, and you're simply cutting your prices over there. But with this, you built a long term trust with you. So in the end, what will happen is, even though they have not directly met you or conversed with you, the fact that you followed up with them for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, it has built a level of familiarity in their minds. So it is as effective essentially a referral, where someone is referring you, referring them to your business. It becomes that effective, and then the conversion rates are higher because they've seen you engage with them over the last 3, 6, 9 months or whatever the time is. That's why the trust is built. So having this right is absolutely vital, and considering how cheap the emails are these days, they cost like 10 to 15 paise per email. It's an absolutely brilliant strategy to have an email marketing setup, a CRM setup, to follow up with all the leads which are coming in, because without this, you're essentially saying, you're essentially saying no to free money, because this way you can increase the lifetime value of your customers rather than focusing on just the quick leads that are coming in, trying to close them. This will generate long term warm up, long term engagement of the leads, and will help you sell to them even in the future, if not immediately. And you'll always have a huge pipeline of leads to convert them to. So, and this will effectively generate the lifetime value of the client and the lifetime selling of the client because of that. And then you'll see your ad costs are becoming more economical, your organic if activities are becoming more economical, and everything becomes more economical. This is the hidden strategy behind why startups are doing so well these days, and small businesses are struggling, because for most of the startups which start out with, they have this fundamental strategy in place already. That's essentially the first thing that they start thinking about as soon as they start their business. So that's why getting this right is absolutely vital into your business, where you have this entire follow-up system, the email follow-up system, the email automation system, to ensure that all the leads which are coming in, there is a way to engage with them on an ongoing basis. Without this, you're essentially putting your business in what we call in a state of constant emergencies, where unless you go out and generate sales every month, you will be struggling to grow your business again and again. So getting this right is going to be absolutely vital. So I hope you found this entire session valuable. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and accordingly I'll try to create more videos on such topics and help you understand how the business works and how you can grow your business and grow your following that way. So I hope you enjoyed the entire video, and let me know in your comments your thoughts. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.